Hello again, everybody. This is my breakdown for Module 9. In Module 8, I said that I was going to finish the base mesh of my character, and obviously here on this turntable, you can see that there's an entire character here. He has lots of belts, buckles, spikes, big spaulders, boots, a big hulking figure, and he's pretty intimidating looking, and that was my goal from the very beginning. Today I'd like to go through my design for him, where I got my inspiration to finish him, and how I pulled all of his armor parts together. Here we have my character in ZBrush, and I'm going to go through and break down the armor parts a little bit. So right in Module 5 I showed you this jetpack, or book bag that he had, and to add on to this, I wanted to lower it to make his back a little larger, so I added this, what's going to be a very flammable gas tank. And I attached that with a very big leather belt and buckle. That will be visually appealing in-game from far away. It's something you can easily see. And also up here, I added this larger head guard to make him visible from further away. And then here we have one of the arm designs for him. Since I added a big buckle on his gas tank over here, I also wanted to add one on the arm to kind of pull those together. As you can see, his spaulders is actually reversed from last time, and I like the design of that a bit more. It looked too much like some kind of propulsion system for him. On his hand, he also has one of these large head guards, which I modified. This is something that he could use to punch his enemies, to smash through some kind of door he has to get through, anything like that. It's just a vicious piece of armor. Here we have the design for his legs. The only real details that I've added on this are a light right here, a bag, and then we just have his boot. Also, another part that I showed you last week was his tabard breastplate. I lengthened his tabard, and that kind of lengthens his body a bit. And I also added one of the bags from his boot to his chest to pull those two areas together. Now, pulling the entire character together was a bit more difficult for me. And how I did that was by pulling on some inspiration from one of my favorite childhood shows. These are the Centurions. They're this elite group of soldiers who have these armor suits with basically like sockets all over them, and they can get any kind of military machinery put onto that. As you can see, this guy has wings and some jetpacks. This guy, he has some guns, and he has some submarine equipment. I really like the idea of having these sockets all over the armor. These are actually two previous holes that I made to put pipes a while ago, and I decided to turn these into lights, so they're going to glow red. I also put one on the glove and two on the boots. So from behind, the character will have the same red light on each piece of armor. It also has a piece of leather on each armor piece, which will, again, draw everything together. He's got a leather belt here, here. He's got a strap here holding part of this thigh guard on. He's got an underarm piece right here, and then he's got his two large belts right there. The next step for this project is to UV all of these pieces. Once I know that they're correct, then I get to sculpt high resolution detail on them, and while I'm doing that, I will be testing each piece of armor inside of UDK, make sure that I'm going to be able to achieve the correct specular and normal maps and colors that I want on my character, just to make sure that my final product is going to be something that I'm very happy with. So for Module 10, I hope to have UV'd everything. If at all possible, I'd like to be inside of ZBrush and sculpting high resolution detail on them. Thank you.